Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go through the MCP server provided by the ShopBirdy MCP design service. I'm going to show you how you can add images right directly into your code. This is very helpful if you're a developer and you're great at writing code, great at writing functions, even great at creating UI, but then you need actual images to place within your design. With this tool, which is now powered by OpenAI's top-ranked image creation model, as well as being hosted on the cloud, you now have access to adding these powerful tools directly into your developer environment. So first thing I want to share is there's now a new section here within ShopBirdy called the MCP, the ShopBirdy workflow recipes, and each of these can leverage the MCP server. They're very useful, especially if you are managing things like e-commerce websites where you have thousands and thousands of products and you want to refresh them. Let's say you want to, for example, you want to have them all to be uniform angle and size so that all the images look consistent. And if you've taken a bunch of photos of those products and they're all looking a little bit different, you can sort of normalize them all in an automated way, which is very, very useful. Other things you can do are create image variations based on different campaigns you're launching. You can create localized versions of all your images. Really, there's just there's almost an endless number of ways to use these powerful tools. But let me just share with you a simple example. So at the bottom here, I've been working on this section called the ShopBirdy MCP setup to allow you to add this directly into your VS Code project or cursor, for example. And as you can see here, I've placed an image that I've just generated, and now I need to create one for cursor. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to make sure that you are connected to the ShopBirdy MCP. In this case, I've named it ShopBirdy MCP Azure because that's where it's running. Previously, I demoed this running locally, but now that it's running on Azure, it's going to be using my sponsorship cloud credits, which is going to save me a ton of cost. I won't have to pay for all of your images out of pocket. And now that's working, it's deployed, and as you can see here, I have my Copilot agent, and it's listed all the tools that it has available to it. And I've added a placeholder image, as you've just seen. It's this one. And now I want to repeat the process and do it for the cursor integration. Essentially, what I want to do is just make this more visually appealing. So instead of just having text and buttons, we want to have an image. So we're going to create an image for this section here called the cursor image placeholder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prompt the agent to use your GPT image tool to generate a SaaS or software as a service style image card with these dimensions for the first placeholder, study the code to understand how to craft a good prompt, then generate the image and place it into the images UI directory and use it in the code. This is a multi-step prompt. Occasionally it doesn't always work the first time, but the good news is it can, with a few turns, you can get it the way you want it. So I'm going to change this, and then I'm going to prompt it to say that the image might be hosted on the cloud, so you will need to download it and use it locally. Please proceed. So what's going to happen is the system is first going to try to create a prompt based on my actual code. So in this section, as you can see here, this is the Visual Studio Code section, and the next one will be for cursor. Essentially what's going to happen is the image model or the agent is going to take into account all of this code and try to craft a prompt based on this. It has a lot of knowledge because it is a large language model, so it may understand what cursor is. It may not. It may assume cursor is just the mouse cursor or pointer, but in this case, cursor is the name of a product that millions of developers use around the world. So we'll let it run. It created the prompt. It has generated the image and it has hosted the image. Now I just need to give permission to download the image onto my local drive, and once that's stored locally, the system should be able to move the image to my project directory and add it directly into the code, as you can see here. To verify that's working, we're going to switch back here, and as you can see, it has done so. It doesn't know necessarily that Cursor is the brand name of a company, so it doesn't have the logo, but in this case, it's just used the mouse cursor as its system prompt, and it has now added that into my UI. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the standard web development software engineering capabilities of the agent to say make these newly placed image cards look better, more responsive, and professional. In this case, it might assume that I mean to generate a new image, so I should probably say um, in this case, I'm talking about the UI code itself, not an image generation tool. I'll just clarify that, and if it can pick up on that, it should be able to kind of adjust the code, adapt it, and make it a little bit better. Give it a second to have full context and understand how the code is laid out, and it made a quick change, and now it says it should look a little bit better, and yeah, I guess it does look better. So yeah, that is an example of how you can use the image generation capabilities to enhance the visual appeal of your products, of your digital, of your software. I find that customers they tend to perceive a higher value of your software if it's really well designed and it has great imagery. That's why you see a lot of the top startups that are very well funded, they do spend a significant portion of their funding on crafting really nice looking websites, whether they're landing pages or documentation or product pages. Even beyond just the user interface of their actual product, they also want to have really great high quality web designs. And with ShopBirdy MCP, you can now do this if you are a developer. And the other thing that the ShopBirdy MCP has in its roadmap is to have a bunch of pre-built components, UI components that work really well with images. Although most of the modern LLMs have really strong UI design, but this could be an added feature. Other than that, I think this should be available for people. So in very quickly, you'll be able to start playing with this on your own, and I'd be very excited to see what you design. But that is just a quick demo of how quick and easy it is to add super nice images, icons, buttons, and other things into your designs and just make your product look that much better. All right, thank you for watching, listening, and I'll see you on the next one.